right, guys, so I'm inside the Veterans Watchmakers Initiative. I'm going to introduce you to some of the guys here in a second. Where we are is right inside the front of the building. There's actually this pretty cool little micro watchmaking museum that Sam put together. And most of the stuff was donated by watch manufacturers, universities, watchmaking schools. Sam has put together a pretty nice little exhibit here. This case here, a lot of it is not just simply watchmaking focused, but also specifically military watchmaking focus. So I'm going to introduce you to some of the students here. We got 4 of 5 today. So this is Don. And what's your branch of service? Where did you serve?
Air Force, 10 years.
Air Force, 10 years. And this is Jason.
Hello, Jason. Army.
Army, how long were you in the Army for?
8 years.
8 years service in the Army. And this is Jonathan.
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard? Is that really the military?
Watch it now.
All right, come on. Coast Guard, how many years?
Just shy of 6.
Just shy of 6 years. And this is Jim. You go by Jim or James?
Jim.
Jim. All right, Jim. Where did you serve?
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard, how many years?
4 years.
4 years. All right, so we got some guys from the Coast Guard here. We got some guys from Army, Air Force, and these guys are all in this watchmaking school. So let me just kind of pull back a little bit. How long is the school, guys?
Total 18 months.
Yeah, first section for the courts was 2 months, and now we're into the full watchmaking, which is the mechanical version.
So you went through a quartz program for 2 months.
That was like the pre-qualifier.
That was the pre-qualifier. So that was like pre-Ranger, and now you're like in Ranger school. So now you're in an 18-month mechanical watchmaking course. And how many months into it are you guys?
Halfway.
From January to now?
Yeah.
Just shy of halfway.
Just shy of halfway. Okay. So what are you working on right now, like these days? What is he teaching you?
We are using the Jaco tool to polish pivots today.
So you're polishing pivots?
Yes.
That sounds like so much fun.
Very
Is
exciting.
it real tedious? It sounds tedious.
It is very tedious.
Very detail-oriented.
Very detail-oriented?
Very detail-oriented.
You guys got to help me make sure I'm actually filming someone speaking and not just, because I'm not even looking at the phone. So what's your favorite part of the course so far? Do you have one?
Oh, it's hard to... It's all fun.
It's all fun.
We'll tell you at the end.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell
I'm
me
going to
again.
go through it all first.
So, and like you're here full-time during the day. So it's like 8 hours during the day, 6 hours?
Okay, 8 hours a day.
It's 8 hours a day. So this is an 8-hour program. So you guys, obviously you're all, like you're grown men. Some of you guys have like families and obligations. Do you mind me asking, like, you're here, you're not working a regular job. Do you work a job off hours or, like how do you make this work? Because obviously, we served our country, we made some sacrifices. Are you making more now or is it, you got grants or something? How does it work?
It's a lot of work. I personally work a full-time shift at night and then here during the day.
So you're here doing this during the day, you work a full-time job at night. Is that pretty much typical?
No, actually the school's focus mainly is disabled veterans.
Okay.
Yes. The two that are employed are Don and Russo.
Who's not here. And Russo's a prison guard. He got frozen. That's why he's not here today. Frozen means he got held at the prison. They need him to work overtime. So he's the only guy who's not here today. So the rest of you guys, you're actually disabled veterans. You have service-related disabilities, and this is part of your occupational retraining program.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So combat-related injuries, I assume?
Mine were combat related.
Combat-related. And where was the combat?
In Iraq.
Okay, so you were in Iraq. You were injured in Iraq. Jonathan, I know you had some pretty serious injuries.
Yeah, mine are active duty, not combat.
Active duty, but not combat related. So it was like a training accident, something like that?
Vehicle.
Vehicle accident? Okay.
Mine, not service related.
Not service related? Okay. So all these guys, veterans, many of them combat veterans, some of them with combat related injuries, some with just service related injuries. I know how that is. I actually have arthritis in both knees. I didn't serve in combat, it just happened through training. Your body takes a beating when you're in the military. So you guys, what we did today, I told these guys before I came in on the video, you guys all took a look at some of the watches that we made. We brought you down some kits. I also brought Jim some practice materials. I know you wanted to do some engraving practice. I brought you guys a lot of cases to check out. And maybe we can get, I guess Sam is not joining us yet, but why don't we wrap this up here, and then maybe we can get one of these guys or more of these guys to show us some of the school's facilities here, because like I said, it's pretty cool.